What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Over here today I'm going to talk about the MacBook Pro 13 inch which is launched right now recently, and I'm going to talk about the specification about the MacBook Pro 13 inch. And first of all, I'm going to talk about the MacBook Pro is better than the MacBook Air. If the first, it's coming with a 10th generation processor, also up to 10th generation. So first of all I will talk about the performance. It's coming with the Intel 4 core processor. It's quad core. The turbo boost is up to 4.5 GHz. RAM is up to 32 GB. And if I talk about the SSD, the solid state drive, the storage, it's up to 4 TB. And if we talk about the read and write speed, it's up to 3 GB. It's actually lot. 3 GB per second is lot. Especially those who are doing the programming, the coding, video editing, and the photography, means the Photoshop, and there are many softwares related to it, and audio renderings, that will be perfect for them. The rendering will be perfect for that machines, especially in the Mac. But they also said about the gaming, but I don't think so about the gaming, because especially when you buy the Mac for the gaming, I think it's useless for it, especially in the point of the money you're spending on that machine. It's not that much capable of gaming. Okay, another thing, as I said, is 50% faster than the 16 GB of RAM. If you buy the 32 GB of RAM, it's 50% faster. It's okay. Its quad core processor is 80% faster in processing of the threads, and it's when you do Adobe Photoshop editing, the Autodesk Maya, the WebKit Compile, the Logic Pro X, which is used for the the audio rendering. And there is also about new things about the graphics over here. Let's talk about the faster 3D rendering, smoother gaming. I don't know about the smoother rendering, smoother gaming. I mean, because I already told you that gaming is something which is lack in the Mac. If you buy a $4,000 Mac Pro or anything, it's lack there also. So because of thing, I will never recommend you to buy a Apple laptops, an Apple MacBook Pro, Apple Mac Pro, and Apple iMac Pro for the gaming purpose. It's useless, especially you are spending a lot of money for that purpose on the Apple for the gaming, and you are buying the Apple laptop and Apple. If you want to enter in the Apple ecosystem, I don't think it's a great device for the gaming. Another thing I have seen, it have the Magic Keyboard. So let me tell you about the Magic Keyboard over here. Actually, when they launched the 13-inch MacBook Pro at the 2016, at the first time when they launched with that new keyboard technology, and the new keyboard mechanism. So at that time they have something butterfly mechanism, and at that time what happened, the dust and get stuck in that keyboard, inside that keyboard actually. So because of that, it's actually cost more to repair. So because of that, they already bring back the old stuff, and it's a Magic Keyboard with a refined scissor mechanism. I will tell you about that thing. It's a great keyboard. You can hear the sound. It's like a mechanical kind of keyboard. It's great. It's also great for the coding purpose, and when you do spreadsheet, when you it's an inverted T arrow key, the flying through the lines of code. When you do the programming, and when you do the writing some stuff in the spreadsheet, and whenever you feel that means while the typing. It's also have the touch bar at this price tag, so it's great. So they also have the touch bar at this price tag, and that's great. Those who want to buy, at least for this, I will talk about the price later. Okay. It's have the Force Touch trackpad. It also have the Apple T2 security chips. It's come with 500 nits brightness, 25% more color than RGB, True Tone display. It's have the auto brightness actually, so that's why it's a True Tone display. It's coming, the most of all, the main thing over here, it's Thunderbolt 3. What about that? The Thunderbolt 3 is, as they say, the most powerful and the versatile port ever. It could be for the data transferring it up to 40 GB per second for data transfer. It means whenever you send the files, in your Mac to external SSD or external some RAD. It's give up to 40 gigabyte of data transfer. The charge and provide power from any port. Another thing they say is you can connect a eGPU, means if you want an external GPU, the graphical processing unit, means a graphic card, you can use, or you can also use a external GPU by connecting through Thunderbolt, and it's great if you want to do some heavy tasks on the laptop. Like if you want to do some video editing kind of stuff, and in which, or video editing and the photo editing or something like that, so you need a graphic performance, not only the processor, and or anything related to gaming. Maybe if you want to develop something on Autodesk Maya, means in which the engineer develop their prototypes, at that time also the graphic is important, and at that time this is the important thing, eGPU. And it could be support up to one 6K monitor, one 5K monitor, and two 4K monitor. That's great actually. So let's talk about something new over here about the price. First of all, the price for the basic configuration over here is 256 GB of SSD coming with 8 GB of RAM and 2133 MHz LPDDR3 RAM. But it's onboard memory, means you cannot upgrade RAM again. And also about the SSD, same thing. So it's coming, starting price is $1,299. 512 GB of SSD is coming $1,499. Now this is for the basic configuration, 1.4 GHz quad-core 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor. But if you are moving up to 2.0 quad-core processor and 10th generation, the price is different. The starting price is $1,799, 512 GB of SSD and 16 GB of RAM, 3733 MHz of LPDDR4X onboard memory. So it's great actually if you prefer more, if you want to do many kind of stuff at one time simultaneously. So this is great if you upgrade to 16 GB of RAM, especially if you are taking about the 3733 MHz LPDDR4X memory, and $1,900 if you are going for the 1 TB of SSD. Now we're gonna talk about the Indian pricing. Price starting from 1,22,990. It's a basic for 1.4 GHz quad-core 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor, 256 GB of SSD. Another model 1,42,990. It's for the 512 GB of SSD, same the 8 GB of RAM. Another model 1,74,900. If you are going for the 16 GB of RAM, 512 GB of SSD, 1,94,900, 1 TB of SSD and 16 GB same. It's providing it up to 10 hours battery life, and it's coming with 58 watt hour lithium polymer battery, 61 watt USB-C power adapter. Only one thing lags over here if I talk about. In the specification, it's great. The display, great. The keyboard, great. In this year especially they move from that butterfly mechanism to scissor mechanism. That's great. The trackpad is always great. The force touch trackpad. The camera, not that much. It's having the 720p. So that's it for today. Subscribe to my channel. So if you are new to my channel, then subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, share. So comment in the comment box that what you want in the next video. Thanks for watching my videos and subscribe.